Welcome, my people. Hope you're having a great weekend. It's Saturday and the market closed yesterday. So, here for my recap, what I did last week and also what we should be having this new week. So, last week wasn't much though. Just had about, I think, 3 trades. I didn't get my full potentials, but yeah, I didn't end in loss though. Okay. I think I did, but a little 0 point few percentage loss. And that was on oil. I don't trade oil, but I just saw an analysis that met all my criteria for sales. So I took the analysis, but I got stopped out. I think this was the zone. After the market filled this gap, then came back up to fill this gap, hoping that the market would drop from here. I placed a sell entry here, but you can see the bulls took over. So I had one loss right here. And I entered seeing this confirmation candle. That evening star right there. I was hoping to sell the market back to close this gap here too, but there was a lot of buying momentum. So let's go straight to GU. I took 2 trades on GU. The first one this week was a loss due to I didn't wait properly for candlestick closure. I entered before this 4 hours candlestick could close, and as you can see, it closed bearish. Seeing that the market was tested my 61% fib level. And seeing these three bullish candlestick, I thought that the market would keep buying, and also I would have waited for this confirmation. I thought that the market would take out this high and buy to the upside, but that didn't happen. I think what happened was the market tested the supply zone right here from the daily time frame and sold aggressively to take out this liquidity here. Let me go to the daily time frame. Yeah, this is the supply level here. After this range, this accumulation, then the sellers took over. Here was the breakout and continuation. So market just tested the supply level and sold down. You can see the huge sales. So yeah, and on gold, I took only 1 trade, and that trade didn't play out nice. I think that was on Friday, just yesterday here. Hold on, I'll explain. Seeing this change of character on the minor trend after this break of structure here, and BOS and COC. I was waiting for the market to test fib level, and it did test 61 fib level. Also putting it at this zone here, the recent low that broke the high, tested my 78 fib level. So this is a valid entry, my setup, and also the big bullish engulfing that we can see here. I took this trade, but due to it was on Friday, I didn't want to hold my trade till next week, so I had to close. I closed in a little drawdown after the market pushed up a little bit. Same on GU. I took another trade on GU after having the first loss, after realizing my mistake, knowing that the market was selling, not buying at the moment, and even the structures was aligning with the sales. So I had to look for an entry here after the market tested a zone right here. I got this entry and I took my profit at this place. I think somewhere here, because it was Friday, the market was rejecting on me, and I didn't want to, since the week wasn't nice, I didn't want to just lose for nothing. I had to close here with a little profit I got. So yeah, let's go straight to what we'll be having this week. Nothing much on GM. We are still on a range. So, and the range is even becoming more scary right now. But we have to be very careful, because the price will tap at the support but won't get to the other resistance. I think this range is about to expire, but let's see what will happen. Price will tell. We can clearly see that the market tapped this supply zone here. I marked it out already. And okay, hold on. Let's analyze the trend and see what's happening inside this ranging zone. Here's first drop, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and the correction pattern broke. Okay, this was the first reaction. Didn't get the first breakout. Then market traced a little bit, went back up, then gave us a change of character, tested lower high, okay, tested higher low, then higher high. From this current higher high, we saw sellers taking over from that zone, and there was also a supply zone here that caused that market to dump. Look at the supply zone right there. So sellers took over, sold the market down, giving us a change of character, and you can see this retracement, all of this also, then the breakup structure here, and market tested this support, this strong daily support level, and we saw the bullish momentum to the upside, and this bullish momentum broke out the last lower high that caused our change of broke this last higher low here, broke out our last lower high. So we could call this a value change of character too, to the upside. Hold on, I'm not done. Yeah, that's a change of character. And now, seeing that this market broke here, that was the reason I took that 61 fib level trade I took on GU. Because seeing that the market broke, I thought that okay, there will be a continuation to the upside to take out this liquidity, this equal liquidity here, but there was a supply zone here that I neglected. I guess I didn't see it. So price sold from this place, from my entry, sold down, and also broke the last lower high, the last higher low that caused the higher high and the change of character. So now we are having a new change of character to the downside. And this tells me that okay, this is the current trend now, this COC, and here is my trading range here, and here should be my trading range. What am I expecting for next week on GU? First off, I would like to see price breaking down from this zone, since it's still on a lower low. If that doesn't happen, there should be a scenario where I guess price will come tap a level here, because I can see that level looks like it's about to create a head and shoulder to sell to the downside. Also, there is a valid level here. Yeah, there's a valid level right here. Hold on, let me use my 4 hours. Yeah, if the market doesn't give us a break at the market open, then we should be seeing a retracement back to the zone before any further sales could happen. So let's watch closely and see what will happen here next week. Just sitting on my hands, the market, the price isn't, market isn't aligning very well this period. So we just have to be patient. This is where the market tests your patience and your discipline. So you have to be very, very patient and wait for your setup. I think if price comes here, I'll be interested in taking that trade. Yeah, because it's my level too. So let's see what happens. Going to gold, SAU USD. I think gold is pretty simple too. Gold, we are still clearly on the downtrend. So this was the last break of structure to the downside, and since then, after the market broke this high, broke this low here to the downside, we saw a huge retracement back to this resistance level, and the market sold, gave us a break of structure here. And since then, we have been seeing the price reacting at a zone right here, and also giving us an equal low. No clear structure after this break of structure here, but however, we are still on a downtrend on gold. So what I would like to see is, since first of all, on daily time frame, I consider, okay, this stuff here, this was what held my buys yesterday from taking off. I trusted that buy due to my structure and everything I analyzed. But this candle here, this bearish engulfing, this other candle just made it to close this gap here, and you see sellers took it back down, and ending up on a doji candle, that is indecision candle. So let's see what happens next week. And I'm expecting, since this, okay, let me analyze the inner trend. First off, this is our low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal low, then the breaker here. You can call this is a minor change of character. You can call it change of character, but it's minor. So we saw this higher low, lower high, lower low again. Seeing that the market changed here, start giving us a downtrend move, and lower high and lower low. This was our last lower low. Also tapping this zone here is equal low, and you can see the big bullish move to the upside, giving us a change of character. On the minor trend, don't forget, all these are minor trend. The major trend says that we got a break of structure and we are still on the downtrend. So here should be our trending range, up and down here. So whatever the market does here, all of these are minor structures. So don't get deceived. Seeing this change of character, placed my fib, and I got an entry here, but the market didn't play out as I wanted. And I guess it was because of that bearish engulfing from the daily time frame. So next week, there's nothing much to do here on gold. I just have to wait and see if I can get another entry with a good lot size to buy the market back up if it doesn't break down here, because the daily candle printed doji, that's indecision. So I just have to be very patient and see what will happen from next week. I might not even trade on Monday, just to see what the Monday candle will do. If it will give, I would love to see, after this doji, I would love to see buyers taking over from this doji candle. Then I'll confidently buy the market. Just buyers taking over from this doji, showing me that, okay, this zone here can't hold this market anymore, because there's a zone right here too. Think like a head and shoulder zone. Yeah. If I go down to 1 hour, it will be very clear. Okay, look at this one. I think that's what held my buys yesterday from playing out nicely. The price tapped into that zone and started dropping, and I had to close. So let's see what happens. And I'm seeing a trend line liquidity here that market should take out. I'm expecting price to blow out from here, then tap into this supply zone right here and sell back down to take out this liquidity down here. But this is what I'll be expecting. There's an equal low liquidity here that price should take out very soon. And actually, I don't want to miss this trade for nothing. So I just have to wait patiently. If this doesn't play out the way I want it, I think it should, because this is a valid liquidity zone that price should really take out. But let's see, anything that price does on Monday and the new week, we'll know what we are looking at for. But yeah, this is my insights for now. There's a supply zone here. I'm actually waiting for the market to test this huge supply zone here, just around that zone. As soon as price comes there, I'll be taking a sell. But for now, the minor structure is panning out to be on a buy momentum right now due to the structure and everything that we just talked about. So let's be patient. Next week, see what happens. Yeah, that's all for now. DSY, we are still bullish on DSY, and DSY closed very well. I think this DSY, if next week, okay, by next week we should be seeing a new bullish candle. Hold on, I think let me hide this. Okay, there's a zone here that this market tested, and first off tested with a doji candle, an indecision candle. You can see the buyers taking over, showing you that okay, now there's buyers in the market. So let's see. I would love to see a buy continuation next week. Just candle opens, maybe sweep a little, then bust to the upside, taking out this high too. And if this happens, GU will continue selling. And that's why I said it depends. You might see GU just dropping down from this zone without getting to this high anymore. And you see the way GU candle closed, also closed bearish. See, the bear is taking over from here. Next week candle can easily just print and more sales coming in. So let's see what will happen, and I'll keep you guys updated. Yeah, thank you. Peace out. Please like, subscribe, share the video if you come across this video. Your support means a lot. So thanks.